Hi everyone, it is Mitch and it is Sunday, November 4th, 2018, here with your free live show. Of course, we're here live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Usually right around this time, 10:45, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, the start of college basketball season. I believe we'll have a different time for the show. We'll have to figure it out. I'm flying on Tuesday, and that usually means that my times are off, but believe I have a layover in San Francisco or Los Angeles, and I should be able to do a show during that time. That will hopefully. Let's take a look at these while we're waiting for people to join us. Of course, we have free picks on every single game, every single day at sportschatplace.com. Of course, our best bets are always over at sportschatexperts.com, as well as sportschatplace.com Premium and Premium Plus. Now, at sportschatexperts.com, it's picks from myself and some of the other top handicappers in the world today. Now, I saw someone arguing in the Facebook group with one of the handicappers on the page, and if you're going to state your winning percentage in the premium area, you better, or in our Facebook group, and you're going to say something ridiculous as your winning percentage, you better have it documented for about 8 to 10 years. Because if you're going to argue with someone like Sean Higgs about their winning percentage in the NFL, who's been one of the top handicappers in the world, documented. I mean, this is documented. Every single pick he makes, everything he says about a game, every opinion he gives is documented for years and years and years. So for you to go into our Facebook group and say, well, I hit 65%, I hit 70%. No. That's not how it works. We need to see it. Okay, and we need to see against the spread, not just, picking minus 800 like the Patriots against the Bills. Like we had, some guy saying, oh, my post got deleted. Yeah, you gave out the Patriots minus 1100 on the money line. We don't want to see it. We don't care, But anyways, we're here 7 days a week, 365 days a year, giving out picks. And I'm just saying, if you want to be part of our group, please be part of our group. Give out picks and do whatever, do your thing. But as far as if you're going to call out one of our handicappers or something like that, or state some kind of ridiculous record like that, it ain't gonna happen. But anyways, I don't understand it. Never will. Especially Higgs. I mean, you want to call out my picks. I mean, I give out too many most of the time. And I give out picks on days where, I don't necessarily even like the games. So call me out on my picks and, say whatever you want. But you want to call out Higgs, it's like you're just going to look like an idiot. Because look at his record. I didn't have a bad day yesterday. Not everybody had a bad day yesterday. I certainly didn't. I had a good day. It wasn't a great day, but I had a good day. Had more winners than losers. I'll take that any day of the week. If you listen to my podcast this week, I said Georgia was my game of the century against Kentucky. Game of the century. That's like, you will rarely get an easier pick than Georgia against Kentucky yesterday. I don't usually go back. We usually look forward. But on the podcast, I said it. Last Sunday night, I mean, I was like, Georgia, Kentucky, that was it. It's like, it was like, oh, yeah, but, Florida lost to Kentucky, whatever. I don't care. I said it crystal clear. There's not one player on that Kentucky defense that could start for Florida. Not one. Alabama LSU was a nightmare, that's for sure. I liked LSU in that one, and Alabama proved to be a better team than I thought they were going to be. So, happens. It's one. But, we had some other really good ones. We had Northwestern. We got the hook on that, right? That was awesome. Lost by 10. We're getting 10.5. It's like perfecto mundo, right? What else? We had that Washington State where the guy intercepts the ball. He's going in for the cover on the pick six, gets tackled on the 2-yard line, fumbles out of the end zone. They come back and score the field goal the other way. It was a disaster, right? And then Utah State to finish off the night. But anyways, hopefully you guys are having a great day. This morning, get that extra hour of rest. I know my business partner, Craig Trapp, he loves that extra hour. This is, I think, his favorite day of the year. But anyways, NFL Sunday. And we got a small but good card. We have two really marquee games today. Really three. In the first one, let's go to it. Let's go to the Steelers versus the Ravens. I do not have a premium pick on this game. I just think there are easier spots or better spots. That's why I don't have a premium pick here, but I think this is a great game. Line's down to Baltimore -1.5. The Ravens 4-4 coming into this thing. The Steelers 4-2 coming into this thing. Steelers defense has really, really tightened up, and it's it's usually a combination of things when that happens. Well, normally it's a soft schedule combined, with playing against teams with a combined with a soft schedule, combined with playing teams with soft offensive lines, combined with your own defense playing some motivated football and a stronger running game as James Conner has provided for them. Meanwhile, the Ravens, the model of inconsistency this season, seems that they are feast or famine, but they always get up. They always seem to get up for the Steelers games. I like the Ravens at home in this one. I think that they cover. They're only laying 1.5 here, and I'm going to take the Ravens to beat the Steelers. The Steelers have, like I said, they've strung together some wins. They've played pretty well, but I don't think this is a Steelers team that's like a world beater Steelers team. I think they're improving. I think they're getting better, but I don't think that they're good enough to win in this spot. Usually a nasty spot for them in Baltimore. We'll take the Ravens -1.5. Like I said, not a premium pick by any stretch of the imagination. Dave Pack lost his crown. I don't know what that means. Hopefully it's not his tooth crown. Brian's son just gets up an hour early. If you purchase a package on Saturday, it runs 7 days. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's how it runs. Do you like the Vikings -5 against the Lions? I have a premium pick on that game. If you want to give your own picks, those you give out in the Facebook group. This is my show. I get up extra early to do it. I get up at 5 o'clock Hawaii time is when I do my show. So if you guys have picks that you want to give out, you do it in the Facebook group. The show, I get to give out my picks. Sunday Night Football, I already have a premium pick on that. You can buy it in the Sports Chat Experts individually, or you can get it in the regular premium area. I'm usually not one of these people that, I don't claim my picks are the greatest in the world. I don't say anything like that about my picks. I never push my premium picks. I never say anything like that. I just say they're available. But, if you want to give out your picks, I strongly suggest you, A, get a YouTube channel if that's the way you want to do it. B, get a website if that's how you want to do it. C, get a Facebook group if that's how you want to do it. Or D, just join our Facebook group and give them out like everybody else does. Yeah, Rondell's, same shit, man. It's like, I don't care about your picks, man. Give them out in the Facebook group. It's that simple. I gave out a premium pick on Kansas City. It's in the premium area. It's at sportschatexperts.com. Yeah, I didn't even know Ghost Picks was still in business. No, Randall doesn't have a problem. He should just join the Facebook group. You don't need to buy my picks if you don't want them. I don't care. They're there for people that want them, and that's it. We give out free picks on every single game, every single day. Yeah, ghost picks are terrible. These guys, if you watch their videos, they say that when I saw them before, when Jimmy used to be on our site, he would say he always wins, but I don't know. He never shows his record, right? So his picks. He doesn't document his picks. So I don't know. I didn't know that they were still in business because I have not heard from him in forever. But I personally, I like Jimmy. You know, as a person, he's a nice guy. I don't know about ghost picks because like I said, I didn't even think they were still in business. All right. Nope, he never shows his picks, at least as far as I remember. I don't know what he does now, but in the past he never did. So I think if you're going to give out picks and you're going to sell picks, then you need to document your record. And it needs to be done by, a thing that you can't alter. I don't do fantasy picks, but our guy Brett does do fantasy picks, and we have an actual Facebook group just for fantasy picks, and I think that everyone can attest that Brett is the best. Brett is the best fantasy guy. I will say this. I never say like I'm the best at anything. That's for damn sure. But I will tell you this. Brett is the best fantasy guy there is anywhere. And his stuff is all free. I'll post the link to our Facebook fantasy group actually on here because he's that good. He really is. He's unbelievable at it. And I think everyone who is in this fantasy group and gets Brett's fantasy picks will say the same thing. No, today is just going to be NFL picks. Jimmy's the right guy. I don't even know what that means. It's not Jimmy's show, so I mean, I'm not going to sit here and badmouth Jimmy. I'm not going to say anything, whatever. I don't know, I just know that when I used to watch, when I used to talk to him and stuff, and I used to see his stuff, they never documented like all the picks they ever made. He just like claimed some record. And to me, I don't understand how that's okay with anybody. Why anyone would pay for that. But that's, everyone has their own choice. I don't understand how people send people money on Twitter either. But obviously people do it because millions of people are sending out picks or asking for money on Twitter. But I would never do that. Personally, I would never do it, Anyways, let's get to another pick. Let's stop talking about a site that I didn't even know existed. Let's go to the Dolphins against the Jets. You guys know I'm a Dolphins season ticket holder. I haven't been to a game in forever since they moved to have the Orange Bowl. That's how long it's been. I really hate the way the organization is. If you've ever, one day we'll have to do a live show of when the Dolphins call me and try and talk to me about is there anything they can do for me? Is there any kind of, anything they can do to make things, better? And I always say the same thing. I want a good coach and a playoff team. That's what I want. And this coach or this general manager, or whoever it is, if you've had back-to-back quarterbacks, Jay Cutler and Brock Osweiler, you are not an organization that's headed in the correct direction. When they paid Jay Cutler $10 million to come in and play, you have serious issues. When you have Brock Osweiler as your quarterback walking onto the field, you can't legitimately think that you're going to win football games. These are not guys that win football games. I'm taking the Jets on the money line here. I mean, this Jets team is not a good team, but I'll tell you, in the second half of that first game against the Dolphins, they were outplaying the Dolphins in the second half of that game. And I'll tell you, the Jets-Dolphins games is, they're not going to draft Will Grier. They wouldn't draft Drew Brees when he came out. Like I said, I'm a big-time Dolphin fan. And instead of taking Drew Brees, they took, what was his name? The cornerback from Wisconsin. And I'm telling you, this guy lasted about 3 years in the NFL. It was like, Drew Brees is too short. We're taking this corner from Wisconsin. Oh, let's get his name because it's going to eat me. eat at me. And then the next time, Drew Brees, well, he was injured, right? And that's why they didn't sign him the second time they had a chance at him. Then he still wanted to be on the Dolphins after all that. Jamar Butler, that's exactly who it was. No, Jamar, it wasn't, I don't think it was Butler. Was it? Jamar Fletcher. Jamar Fletcher. Yes. Jamar Fletcher. Exactly. Yes. Jamar Fletcher. They took Jamar Fletcher instead of Drew Brees. It was the turning point. It's knocked this organization into a tailspin for 15 plus years. That draft pick. Horrific. Also, when Dan Marino was in the front office and he wanted to trade up to take Phillip Rivers, and they wouldn't do that either. Same thing. They would not draft Will Grier. They will not. It's too good of a pick. They would not take him. They take guys like John Boza. They take guys like Eric Kumaro. They take guys like, oh God, boy, they have those Mississippi running backs, like all those, oh my God, right? I mean, seriously. Who's the guy that they took from Oregon? They had the number 3 overall pick. He had a great name. He had like, oh man, we got this guy. It's like, sounds like he's a great football player. It's like, he stinks. Taking the Jets and taking them on the money line. I'm telling you what. I don't even care if the Dolphins get the first overall pick because they don't even know. Deion Jordan. We got Deion Jordan. It's like, sounds good, right? It's like, Deion Jordan. It's kind of like Deion Sanders and Michael Jordan combined, right? He wasn't even Deion Jordan. It's Deion Sanders. It's Michael Jordan. He's everything. He's like, oh my God. I'm from Miami originally. Oh man, do I hate Deion Jordan. Anyways, Cecil the Diesel Collins. Jamar Fletcher. Anyways, let's get one more pick. Yeah, Kevin, obviously familiar with the situation. He pulled out that Jamar Fletcher because it's eating at us, right? It just eats at you over and over and over again. The Dolphins select Ted Ginn. It's like, what? What's going on here? What is going on? We got the number 10 pick. We really like Ted Ginn. It's like, what? Anyways, let's do another pick. Man, do I hate the Dolphins. How about the Seahawks -1 against the Chargers? The Chargers are really playing some good football lately, but the Seahawks playing a quietly good football, and that's just not Pete Carroll's style. Pete Carroll is clappy, right? Every good play. That's Pete Carroll. We call him Clappy. And I'll tell you, Clappy is going to win this one. Seattle at home is a beast. San Diego's a team. Phillip Rivers is a quarterback that has a tradition of beating himself. So Seattle just needs to play reasonably level football here, and they're very underrated. And Pete Carroll, like, they get rid of all the big names, but he's done it with less, more than anybody. And yeah, I lived in Chicago also, so I'm with you on that one. And yeah, Pete Carroll, Clappy, he really knows how to motivate his players. And if you ever look at the Seahawks roster, they always have more undrafted players than any other team. So that's a guy that really can recognize talent and can really get it done. And I really like the Seahawks in this one. Not a premium pick, but a pick nonetheless. I'll take the Seahawks -1. So that's 3 free picks for today. We do 3 free picks every single day. Let's throw in the Saints plus the 1.5 against the Rams. I think the Rams go down today. No one's going undefeated, and the Rams are certainly, they've looked good on both sides of the ball, but we saw some cracks last week against the Packers, and I think the Saints are actually a lot better team than the Packers. I know it's like people were saying, oh, the Packers defense really came to play and whatever. The Saints defense is actually better than the Packers defense, a lot better than the Packers defense. Matter of fact, the Saints, the corner doesn't fall down in Minnesota. They might be the Super Bowl winners last year, or at least the Super Bowl team. I think the Saints know that they were a fallen corner away from getting to the Super Bowl last year, and I believe that they're going to play with some purpose. This game could decide home field advantage in the NFC when all is said and done, because the Saints only have one loss coming in. The Rams are undefeated. This would put a Saints win would put them both at one loss in this game, and playing out the rest of the season, you got to figure most teams are going to lose at least 2-3 games. So this could be a big game when it comes to home field advantage. So I'm going to take the Saints here. So we took the Saints, the Seahawks. We took the Jets over my Dolphins. And we took the Baltimore Ravens. If anyone has time, I'll stay on and do an NBA pick just for the hell of it. Led Zeppelin, baby. Stay on and do an NBA pick just for the hell of it. We will take the Knicks plus the 7.5 against the Wizards. The Wizards are a dumpster fire. This team stinks. It's just unbelievable to me how bad the Wizards are. They stink. I'm going to take the Knicks. That's how bad the Wizards are. I'm taking the Knicks plus the points. And that'll be my final pick for today's show. Anyway, this is Mitch. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Of course, we have free picks on every single game, every single day at sportschatplace.com. Our best bets, along with best bets from some of the top handicappers in the world today, all over at sportschatexperts.com. Have an awesome day, everyone. Maybe I'll come in for an in-game later on today.